Each individual on this team has his own personal motivation and at this moment individual thoughts as to what a championship would mean. But for Roberto Luongo and for Brad Ferentz and for Mike Van Ryan and for Daniel Tkachuk and for Jason Ward, this game means a little more. They are the 5 returning players from last year's team that lost to Russia in the quarterfinals and plummeted to an 8th place finish. This means revenge. It is Alexei Volkov starting in goal for the Russians. Draft pick of the Los Angeles Kings, plays for Halifax in the QMJHL. At the other end, Roberto Luongo, who has sparkled for Canada during this tournament. Look at that pristine 1.76 goals against average. The referee is from the U.S. Johan Norman is a Swede and Rico Peltonen is a Finn. And we are set to roll. Canada in white, Russia in red. Another chapter in hockey's greatest rivalry. Up along the board, Stashlivy in over the blue line for the Russians. Snaps that one in, up off the glass. Ryazantsev clears it up. Canada starting off with that bang and crash line. Mayer is out there with Bauk and Morrow. And that is a line that has made things happen offensively and physically for Canada in this tournament.
All hands on deck tonight for Team Canada. Lots of ice packs after their last game. You know, usually I circle which line's been the best, etc. But you know something, folks? All of these players have contributed. Tom Rennie said coming into it that all 4 lines would have to have the leadership. As far as their defense goes, well, Bob McKenzie's talked about their mobility. This defense, led by Campbell, has without question rushed with the puck. They've added offense, and they have really shown tremendous leadership with this hockey club in the defensive zone at the same time.
Tkachuk, Fata, and Calder out there now for Canada. And if you had to pick the best offensive line, this would probably be it. Fata moving up after it, knocks the puck down. Tschoubarov picks it up. And he was given a bump. Watch for this. We'll see if Canada can set the tone early, as they have in their most successful games against Finland and Sweden. Basically every time an opponent touched the puck, he paid a physical price. Tschoubarov bumped along the boards as he comes in. Shevitki up there, number 9, looking for it. Calder on the way back for Canada. Has Tkachuk and Fata with him as they come to the line, but that peters out. Maslenikov sets things up for the Russians. We are just underway. It's the gold medal game at the 1999 World Junior Hockey Championship. Allen ricochets it up ahead for Ward. Allen was bumped. And an offside call on Canada.
Well, the Russians, with their great offense, like to think that they also have 4 great lines out there, and that's been shown too. Watch these 2 guys that work real well together. Arkhipov is their leading scorer up to date right now. As far as their defense goes, Wisniewski, he's a talented guy and he plays even bigger than he is, but at the same time, their defensemen like to move the puck quickly.
Puck clear in, it's Mayer picking it up, has Ward with him, and Bauk couldn't get it across, and the puck bounces by Andrew Ferentz. With injuries to the Canadian blue line the other night, Andrew Ferentz, I'll bet you played 30 to 35 minutes.
He logged a lot of ice time, and we talk about the ice packs that Canada had after their last game against Sweden, but yet this whole team has played hurt when they've had to play hurt. They've had bumps and bruises, Paul, right from the time they played the exhibition games in Kenora. They came out of a tough Russian exhibition game with a win, but with lots of nagging injuries.
Arkhipov wins the faceoff against Mayer. Mayer has developed into Canada's best faceoff man in this tournament. Balmotchnykh gets it up ahead. Arkhipov flying in over the blue line. Balmotchnykh, number 28, up there with him. But the play disintegrates just inside the line. Long shot by Kokorev, but offside on the play.
Well, as we talked about at the start of the show, you can't have a winning hockey club without having great goaltending. And out of those 10 gold medals, Canada have had 8 goaltenders who have ended up being the most valuable player in the tournament. Roberto Luongo, everyone has talked about throughout the course of this tournament, has been absolutely unbelievable. But let's not take anything away from his competition tonight with Volkov. He may give a little room through the 5-hole, folks, but he also shows great confidence in the net.
Drafted by the Islanders, 4th overall in 1997, the highest ever selection for a goalie in the NHL entry draft. Regier has it for Canada. Drukin, McDonnell, and Chimera out on the ice. Get a chance to watch Chimera wind it up, number 23. He can fly. Great wheels. And the puck comes up to him. Chimera picks it up. In over the line. McDonnell is up there with him. Puck bounces in. That wobbles away from Volkov. Had a bit of butter on the glove for that shot. Stewart has it for Canada. Pings it off the glass, but not out. Chimera back to bump his man. Kirilenko gets it up into the corner. Bobruskin gets it right in front of the net. That was deflected over top and may have hit Regier. And went over top of the Canadian goal. And Chimera clears it up to center. The Russians and Canadians both getting in changes. And icing call on Russia.
Well, Tom Rennie wanted his team to be able to roll them over early, to be able to get that puck in deep and try to take the body. Hey, that's been the same game plan, game in, game out. It works well. At the same time, not to condone the fact that you should always dump and chase, but because these teams that they've played against play so well defensively, they line you up against the blue line, and so they force you into playing, well, what Canada kind of likes to do anyway, and that's dump and chase and hammer the body. So far, the Russian defensemen have moved the puck quickly.
Tkachuk is out there. He's Canada's leading goal scorer. He has 6 goals, along with 4 assists. Lashenko had the puck bounce away from him. Baranikin up around back of the goal and wasn't able to work it around Campbell. Here's Van Ryan, shovels it up ahead for Tkachuk. Up to the corner, Fata trying to play it off the boards. Looks in front, he had Calder crashing in, but he was tied up with Donica. Puck knocked in at the line by Campbell. Here's Tkachuk. Here's Calder. Here's Fata as they work it around. Fata looking, shooting, that one off the leg. It hit Lyashenko. And here comes Lyashenko back out. In over the blue line. Stashlevi is with him, takes the drop pass. And Lyashenko, meanwhile, which is simply dropped. Lyashenko picks it up. Into the corner, Stashlevi is jarred there by Andrew Ference. And there's a hit from Tkachuk. And Stashlevi gives a little bit back, and the puck goes out of play. And we are in for a long night. Each team playing its end game, but only the first moves have been made.
Shots on net, 11-3 right now for Russia, but scoring opportunities, that's what counts. Russia 2, Canada nothing.
3:37 to go in the first period. Zavakin gets it in front of the net. Oh, and a stop by Luongo. Not sure whether the post helped out or not, but he robbed Archipov. Tkachuk back the other way. Waiting. Throws it back to the line. A delayed penalty coming up on Russia. Calder just failed to tip that shot. Here's Andrew Ference to Tkachuk. Wrists it up towards the net and play whistle down. It is a hooking call coming up against Russia, and Canada will have its first power play opportunity of the hockey game.
Zevakin's going to get the penalty for hooking Fata, but more importantly, Luongo has held this team in once again. Archipov, their most dangerous sniper, their leading scorer, ends up with a clear opportunity. He was left alone in the slot. Luongo knew it too, so he moved out, he challenged him at the same time. He just tried to make himself as big as possible, and when he does that, the big man can do a great job. Luongo has tremendous balance. He wears size 14 skates, folks, and that might have something to do with his incredible balance.
And makes a heck of a duffel bag when you finish with him, too, I might add. Zavakin is off for hooking. Canada on the power play. Gagne out there at center. Chimera and Morrow with him. Stewart back at the blue line with Campbell. Campbell, great rushing defenseman. Clears it into the corner. Donica goes after it. Morrow right on top of him. Canada will try to get some pressure going, and Morrow spearheading the drive. Slides it down for Gagne. Morrow goes to the front of the net.